Hello, I'm broadcasting from the White Street Park in Swanee, and I am in their orchard. You can see there are a couple trees behind me of the orchard, and there are some smaller trees around. Anyway, it's put in just a year or so ago. A very nice little spot. I thought it'd be a good place to come to talk about industrial agriculture, since I cannot actually go to a giant farm that I know of. So I thought I would come here instead. So here's some questions about the soil and the ground and our human impact upon it. So number one, what is mining's biggest impact? On what part of the earth does mining impact the most? If you said the groundwater, you are correct. So groundwater pollution is the biggest problem from mining. How about urbanization? What problems are created by urbanization? And if you mentioned soil erosion, deforestation, or loss of habitat, you are right on point. And what is that called when an area that was once fertile is turned into a desert? If you said desertification, then you are correct. It turned into a desert. And that has happened most in what part of the world? And if you said the Amazon rainforest, then you are correct, because that poor soil quality there is the problem. When they cut down all the trees and try to manage it and farm it, they are unable to do so because of the poor soil quality and poor soil management. Let's see what else. Oh, we were going to talk about compost. So pause this and name 3 or 4 good things to put in compost. So if you mentioned kitchen scraps like vegetables and fruit scraps, banana peels, if you mentioned green grass clippings and brown leaves and potted plants that are dead, all those are good things. Eggshells are good. Now think of 3 things, and pause this, 3 things that would be bad for a compost pile. And if you picked meat, dairy, cheese, bread, all those things are bad. Oil, because they attract animals. You don't want anything that's going to attract animals or stink when it rots. So you don't want to put cat litter or anything in there either. And I'm just thinking, oh, what's the difference between point and non-point source pollution? Which one can you follow back and find exactly the cause, exactly where that pollution came from? If you said point source, then you are correct. So those would be things like the water treatment plant discharge, factory discharge, and things like that. Whereas non-point source would be the fertilizer that gets into the groundwater, because it comes from everywhere, not just right here. So there is one more video left, so check it out on GMOs, and I will see you in class on Monday and Wednesday at 1:30. Enjoy the spring. Bye.